Hello friends, my name is Jess and welcome back to my channel, Books Fast Bedtime. In today's video, we're going to be doing installment number 3 in my TBR Takedown series. So if you didn't know, last year I wrapped up all of my TBR books that I didn't have alternate video plans for already. It was a total of 175 books that were wrapped up that I had purchased up to 5 or 6 years ago and as recently as in 2024. So all of those books are still currently wrapped up on my shelves, and this challenge is to get me to read those books. In each previous video, I have spun a random number generator wheel and chosen 5 books at random to unwrap and then read in each vlog. And honestly, it's been super successful so far, so I'm excited to continue the series, do the next one. Today we're going to pick 5 books via random spinner wheel, unwrap them, and throughout this vlog we are going to read them together. There are not a ton of rules, but of course if I don't read them, I have to unhaul them. I have honestly just been choosing to unhaul the ones that I didn't like anyway, so that has been nice. And then I also have some books in series that are wrapped up and I am like not totally sure I organized them correctly. It's worked out so far. In the last video I did get 2 books in series and I opened the correct book. I did it correctly. They were like double numbered actually. That was good. But moving forward, I'm not super confident in that working out again. But hopefully it will. All right, I have my spinner wheel here. 1 through 175 are represented on this wheel. I did take out the numbers that I already rolled other than 16 and 76 because those were both books in a series, and the like 3rd book in each series is still on my shelves, and I did number them the same number as a way to deal with the series that are on my shelves. I don't know if that made sense. I took out the ones that are no longer on the shelves. There are some that are doubled that are series. Anyway, let's go ahead and spin. This is spin number 1. Ooh, 128 is our first number. Let's spin again. I should have removed the choice. I didn't know that was something I could do. I thought it was gonna be like number 1. 165. I'm gonna remove 128 as well. Okay. Spin, spin, spin. 110. All right, can we get any single or double digits? Did I do the right thing? Did I remove the choice? I don't think I did. All right. Another high one. That's crazy. 166. All right, last spin. Will it be another high one? So these are all going to be books that I purchased last year. Oh no, we're getting a low one. We're getting a low one. 26. All right. In order from lowest to highest, we got 26, 110, 128, 165, and 166. So let's go over to my bookshelves and take a look and pull our choices and see what we got. Right, I have returned with my stack here. Let's go ahead and open them up and see what we've got. All right, first up, number 26, we're gonna go in order from least to greatest. This was a series, as you saw, because there's another 26 on the shelf. It's a hardcover, and I think it's YA. It's not super lengthy, and I'm like trying to think what it could possibly be, and I have no idea. Because I know like YA series I have on my shelves are like the Scythe series by Neil Shusterman, which this is not big enough to be that. And also like Chain of Gold series by Cassandra Clare, which is also not big enough. So I honestly can't think of anything else. So I have no idea what this is because it's not from either of the series I got last time either, because I only have 1 book left for those. So, and obviously it's a different number. let's see what it is. Oh, so we have encountered our first problem. This is the third book in the series and I need to read the second. Should I go back and open the right one? I think that that's what I'm gonna do instead of spinning again, because there's still a 26. They're both 26, so I need to have a 26 on the shelf or else I will never spin that book again. I'm just gonna tape the number to the book and put it back on the shelf, and then I will go get the, the right one to read, and that's how we're gonna do this. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it. Okay, I'm back with the other 26, the correct book. This should be Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater. And it is. And this is book 2, which is the one that I need to read because I have read the first book in this series called Down the Hawk. I've actually read it twice and I was gonna continue with the series and then I just never did. So we will be reading this in this reading vlog. I'm excited because I love Maggie Stiefvater and I love Ronan, who he's like one of my favorite characters of all time, period. Like not just from Maggie Stiefvater, like just in general of characters in the entire world. I love Ronan so much. He is my son. He's my baby. I love him to death. I think he is one of the originators of my obsession with like broken men with tough exteriors who are really just babies. Like, I feel like he is the blueprint of that. So I am excited because this is his series. He was a side character in the Raven Cycle series, and this is his own series. And I have never finished it, even though I love him. I don't know why. There's just so many books in the world, okay? So I will be reading this in this vlog. Long story short. All right. Now we're gonna go for 110. 110 is a taller book. I feel like it could be a book of the month book. I can't believe I haven't really gotten a thriller, like an adult thriller yet, because I feel like that is like 50% of my owned TBR that's wrapped up are adult thrillers. So I honestly kind of want one now at this point. So hopefully maybe that's what this is. It is! I can't believe it took this long to get a thriller. So this is What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. I have read this author before and I have enjoyed her. I have no idea what this one is about. We're gonna go into it blind, but I definitely know that it is an adult thriller and it feels like pretty short. So hopefully it will be a fun, quick read to kind of mix up my reading, diversify my reading, if you will. Diversify with a thriller written by a white lady. That's crazy. This is 128. She's another tall one, so I think this is another adult book. It could be another book of the month book because I do believe they're the same height. So we shall see. We shall see. Not many clues from this. I wonder if it's going to be another adult thriller. That would be so funny. I think it literally is. It definitely is. This is Everything We Didn't Say by Nicole Bart. Again, another adult thriller. I don't know anything about this, and so we're gonna go into blind, and I think it will be fun. This one's a little longer though, but the writing is actually huge now that I'm flipping through. So yeah, excited for this one. I think this one has a podcast element, which is historically something I do enjoy in the thrillers that I do read. All right, and now we have 165 and 166. Now 165 is a paperback, so I'm thinking it's maybe like an adult romance, but this one is hardcover, so I think that this is probably YA, which is interesting. So let's open this one up. I don't have any idea what this could be. These should both be queer though, since they were both bought in 2024, so I'm excited about that. Oh yeah. All right, this is Confounding Oaths by Alexis Hall. This is the second book in the Mortal Follies series, I think is what it's called. That's the name of the first book anyway. It's kind of just a companion novel. It follows the same narrator, but two new main characters. And this world is kind of like magical realism adjacent, and also Regency and also romance. So I'm sure that this one will be a fun time. I didn't love the first one, but I think I just didn't really love the love interest. So hopefully I will like the characters in this one better, and it will be really fun and I'll love it because I tend to really enjoy Alexis Hall's writing as long as he writes characters that I like. All right, and last but not least, we have 166. Let's see what this one is. Like I said, I do think it's YA. Man, I taped this up good. I can't even find a good corner to rip. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is Hearts Still Beating by Brooke Archer. This is a YA zombie romance, I think. and it's also sapphic. Yeah. So one girl's a human, one girl's a zombie. They have a little romance, and it is YA, I believe. And I got this from Rainbow Crate. That's why the cover is so beautiful. So I'm excited to read this one. I think it'll be good. This is the like original traditionally pubbed cover, if you have seen this floating around. Okay, cool. So I'm excited for this one too. Sweet. And honestly, this is like a pretty coordinated stack. We've got lots of dark colors. So it kind of goes. We have two like YA fantasy romances sort of situations, one adult Regency fantasy romance, and two thrillers. Honestly, this is kind of the makeup of what I was always expecting in these videos. I can't believe it took this long to get these adult thrillers. Honestly, like I said, I'm kind of excited about it. I kind of wish there was only one because I don't read them that often. But overall, I'm happy with this role, this distribution, and I think it should be fun. So let's go ahead and start reading. Hello, I started my first book for this vlog, and I did decide to start What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall, and I decided to go with this one because, like I was kind of talking about in the intro, I keep expecting a thriller to pop up, so I've been kind of in the mood for a thriller because they haven't popped up, and this is the first time they have, so I decided to go into this one. And I also was able to get the audiobook from the library, so I've been listening and reading along with the book, and I'm enjoying this one. I definitely don't think this is going to be a 5-star read, but it is fun so far. I am halfway through it. Pretty exactly. I'm on page 161. In this book, we're following our main character, Naomi. Naomi went through something really terrible and tragic as a young girl, and her testimony is what put the man that did it in prison. But she does not actually have any memory of seeing this man, and at the beginning of the book, she gets a call that this man has passed away in prison. And it's kind of like an undisputed fact that the man that did get put in prison was a bad guy, committed a lot of other crimes, but it's unclear whether he is actually the perpetrator of the crime against Naomi and her friends when they were kids. It almost is implied that the witnesses were led in this situation. Naomi naturally feels a lot of guilt about this, and some things start coming to light. One of the other girls that was involved in the incident, Olivia, says she has found something out about the case and wants the remaining girls to come back together, kind of finally reveal the truth about the situation, that maybe they weren't quite sure that the man that got put in jail was actually the man that did it, that attacked them. But somebody else knows that Olivia knows something, and bad things start to happen. They start to be persecuted all over again. And so there's somebody out there who's not dead that does not want them to know or reveal what actually happened that night in the woods. Naomi naturally is determined to figure out what is going on. So that's kind of where I am in this book, where she's trying to figure out exactly what Olivia knows and what the reality of her situation was. It definitely is an exciting thriller so far. Naomi, not my favorite character in the world. I'm having difficulty like rooting for her just because she's like not my type of character, you know? For everything that's going on, this is pretty exciting. I do feel like I know where it's headed, which I don't always love with a thriller. It does feel like pretty straightforward, pretty simplistic. I think this is this author's first adult thriller. I think she's only written YA thrillers before. And I know I've read her before, but I don't remember exactly what I've read from her before. I mean, the writing is good. It's an interesting story. I just do think it's kind of straightforward and predictable, but maybe it's not. Maybe the end will totally shock me and it's not going where I think it's gonna go. So I will keep you posted on my final thoughts on this one and kind of how I feel about it. I'm kind of feeling unsure right now. I'm feeling like maybe a 3-star at this time. So I'm hoping that the ending kind of picks up and does end up shocking me. If it does, then this could potentially be like a 4-star. So I will finish it up and be back with my final thoughts. Hello. So I did finish What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. I thought it was okay. I ended up giving this book maybe 2.5 stars. I honestly didn't really like it. As a thriller, not very exciting. As somebody who's a character reader, didn't like any of them. I was hoping that this would have a podcast element to it. It doesn't. It just has a podcaster in it who ended up being who I thought he was going to be, which is awesome. Fun. That was the thing about this book. I really found it quite predictable as a thriller. It was pretty basic, pretty straightforward, but also not very thrilling and kind of stupid. I didn't even know how to articulate what I felt about this book because I just basically didn't like it. I think one thing that I didn't like was not only was it like very basic and quite predictable of a thriller, at the same time it was kind of like over the top, like some of the explanations for things that happened and like the kind of climax at the end, really dumb, like predictable, but also really dumb how it actually played out. Strange, very strange. Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like also not a lot happened in this book, so it was ultimately kind of boring. The characters sucked and it was not good. It was not good. And now I'm like, why was I craving a thriller when this was not good? So yeah, wouldn't recommend. And we'll probably unhaul. But at least it's off my shelf. Hello, I started my next book for this vlog yesterday. Yesterday on the train into the city, I started Heart Still Beating by Brooke Archer. This is a YA zombie story. So we're following our two main characters, alternating perspectives between Mara and Rory. Now, Mara was a zombie, but in this world, they have found a way to combat the zombie apocalypse and like turn the undead kind of back human. They're not fully human, but they're not undead, brainless zombies eating people anymore. And so Mara is one of those people. She has been cured for all intents and purposes, and now she's being relocated back to her home. Except her home doesn't really exist anymore. She doesn't have her parents any longer, but her sister Carter lives on this island, and so do her godparents. So she's sent to live with her godparents. And Rory, the adopted daughter of her godparents, and Mara and Rory kind of grew up together, were sort of having a budding romance before the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. Mara isn't really sure what she's walking into. And what she's walking into is Rory really hating zombies. She is not really willing to give Mara a chance. She doesn't really believe that she should still be there, that she just believes that all of the zombies should just be wiped out, kind of. But she is kind of confused because when Mara gets there, she does see her old crush, her old friend in Mara, and so she doesn't really know. She's having this conflict of, is Mara still there? Is it enough? That kind of thing. I'm feeling conflicted about this book. I think that it's entertaining so far for sure, but I'm not super loving it. Like the writing is just a little bit confusing. Like I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping track of, I don't know, like the voices of the two main characters I don't feel like are really different enough. There's just some details that I'm getting confused by. Like I'm pretty sure at one point the author switched the girls' last names and I was like, wait, do they have the same last name? But then it was corrected and then I was like, well, maybe I misremembered. Could be me, I guess, but it could also be the book, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Mara and Rory are both interesting characters, and this world is interesting in how there's like zombies, these cured zombies, and then people, and it definitely is very apocalyptic, like everyone for themselves. There seems to be some kind of evil leader in their little island town. Now that I'm kind of older, like an adult reading these books, and I'm like, these 17-year-olds are out here like leading the rebellion and stuff, I'm like, is this really that realistic? Like, would you really be standing up to these people? I don't know. This is giving 3-star vibes for me. It's giving okay, it's giving sure, it's giving, it's fun, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't really have any like concrete bad things to say about it, but I also don't really like have a ton of good to say about it. It's just kind of like a meh, okay book. I don't know if I mentioned, I'm like 100 pages into it. I'm a third of the way through. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to give you some initial thoughts. It's okay. I'm liking it. Fine. I will finish it up and let you know what I ultimately think. So yeah, that's the update. I'll talk to you in a bit. Right, it has come to my attention that I don't believe that I have filmed the like final update clip for this book. Hopefully the washing machine in the background isn't loud. It seems really loud to me, but hopefully the camera's picking it up. Yeah, I didn't give you a final update for this book. I didn't like this book. I didn't like it. I think I am gonna give it 2 stars. This is just the 2-star reading vlog, apparently. Yeah, yikes. Basically, I really did think this story had a lot of potential. I liked the concept of like zombies and like having this cure and like rehabilitating and finding your love from before the zombie apocalypse. Like I thought all of those concepts were good. I just don't think the execution was there. I think the execution was lacking a bit. I think the writing was lacking a bit. I really found it grating and monotonous at times, honestly, and some of the things the characters said just like had me rolling my eyes. I was just like, No one would say this. This is so silly. I also had a lot of trouble with, I don't remember her fucking name, Rory, who is the human love interest. She was so wishy-washy because one minute she would be like hating Mara's guts, and then the next minute she'd be like, oh, but I kind of like her. And I just was getting like whiplash from her character, and it wasn't really explained that she was like having like internal conflict over this dichotomy of feelings. It just was like felt wishy-washy in the narrative. It felt not like her character to just like kiss Mara out of nowhere, because she literally spends so much time hating her, talking shit to her, and being mean to her, and I don't know, it just felt like she would like change reactions and motivations in the blink of an eye with no explanation, no reasoning. And so I did not enjoy that, obviously. It was just strange. It was just weird. I wanted to like it and I just didn't. Honestly, the convenience of the ending was crazy. I was like, how? Just come up with something better. Like, that's so stupid and just so convenient, and it just didn't really make sense. It was dumb. I don't know. I didn't like this book. It was definitely not one that I really enjoyed. And it's so sad because I have this beautiful, like, signed Rainbow Crate edition. So I am kind of conflicted on if I want to get rid of it or not. But yeah, this was not it. This was not a favorite. 2 stars. Hello friends. I'm gonna talk to you about everything we never said, or everything we never say, something like that, while I drive home from my parents' house. This is a fascinating angle. I will stop turning the steering wheel here just a moment. Okay. Hello. I feel like I'm really close to the camera, but in my car, there's not much I can do about that. So I wanted to update you because I did start reading Everything We Never Said by Nicole Bart when I was driving to my parents' house, and now I'm driving home, and I'm gonna listen to the second half, so I figure I need to give you an update. This thriller is okay. We're following this main character named Juniper. Juniper is a librarian. She hasn't been back to her hometown in a really long time, but she's coming back now to help out a friend with the local library. And she also is kind of interested in finally figuring out what happened when she was younger. And so we're kind of dual timelining this book, following Juniper in the present as she goes back to her hometown, and also following her like 13, 14 summers ago when the event went down. And basically her neighbors that she grew up beside ended up getting murdered, and her brother has always been a suspect. Juniper seems to know more than she's letting on. The brother seems to know more than he's letting on, and in the current timeline there's starting to be things happening, like somebody's kind of targeting her brother again. There's this rumor of this podcast, and this person claims that they solved the murder, and so we're trying to figure out what the fuck happened. I think I'm actually exactly 44% into this book right now. It's okay. It's kind of long. It's very detailed. There's lots of details for a thriller. And there's all of this like domestic type drama as well with Juniper and her family. She has a daughter that came from that summer a long time ago, and we're like not totally sure who the father is. I think I know who the dad is, but she's trying to have a good relationship with her daughter. Her brother has an accident. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I don't love all the domestic-y, thriller-y things, and I almost feel like that's maybe the direction that this book is going in, when I really thought it was going to be like a true crime-esque sort of thriller. So, I don't know. Am I going to have another thriller flop in this video? Just maybe. I'm feeling like this is going to be a 2 or 3 star read. Like, I'm not really having that good of a time with it, honestly. But I am going to finish it. I do like want to know what happened and how everything works out. I do think I'm going to speed up the audiobook a little bit though to get through it a bit quicker, since I don't really care about it that much and it's like a little bit overly detailed. So if I miss a few things here and there, oh well, it'll be alright. I'm going to truck through this one, and once I get home I will give you my final update, my final thoughts on this book. So look forward to that. Hello, I'm here with a vlog update. So I did finish Everything We Didn't Say by Nicole Bart, and not that great. I think I am gonna end on like a 2.5 star for this one. It just was disappointing. It was not an exciting thriller. It ended up being really boring. I didn't really care about any of the characters. And also I didn't like how much of like a domestic thriller it became. I was really expecting like true crime thriller stuff. Like, that's what I like. I don't like a domestic thriller. And this really verged into domestic thriller mystery territory, and I just wasn't here for it. I also predicted like all of the twists, which sometimes it's fun to be like right about things, but when you what's gonna happen in every single plot thread because it's just predictable writing, not a fun time. Just not a fun time. So yeah, I did not enjoy this one. Yeah. it is not good. I would not recommend. It was really boring. It was really long. Didn't like the dual timeline. Didn't like the characters. Didn't like anything that happened. I just thought it was boring. I really don't have any like strong feelings about it because it was just so bland and boring. So yeah, would not recommend, and I'm going to unhaul this one. In better news, well, that was a strong statement for not a book that I'm feeling very strongly about. And that is Confounding Oaths by Alexis Hall. I did start this one. This one, also, like, not my favorite. I did read the first book in this series, Mortal Follies, the other day. And, not the other day, a while ago, a couple months ago. And I didn't love it. I thought that the narration was funny and I liked the concept of it and the plot was good, but I did not like the romance. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening in this one as well. So this is kind of a Regency, kind of a fantasy. We basically have this magical narrator who can shapeshift and just like observes these humans. In the first book, the narrator is observing the cousin of the main character from the first book, and he's like getting himself into some trouble. And he's also having this little romance with this captain. Is he a captain? I don't know. He's in the army or something, in the military. And then his sister gets into some trouble because she makes this deal with a fairy and turns into glass, and so they're trying to unturn her into glass. The plot is interesting and the writing is funny. I mean, it's Alexis Hall, it's gonna be hilarious. There's just something missing to like tie everything together, and I've been really disappointed because there has been some romance between what the fuck's our main character's name? John and Captain James, but it's been like off page. It's just been alluded to. We haven't seen it, so that's disappointing to me as a romance reader because I want to see their interactions so that I can feel their interactions, and so I'm not feeling that. I'm not buying the romance, which is disappointing because Alexis Hall can do romance so good. He can do romance so good, and he's just like skipping over it in favor of the like wider plot and the humor of the narrator. I just feel like it's ending out kind of boring and kind of removed. Like I feel kind of removed from the story because of the way that it is being told. I just don't think it's the most successful narrative device, even though it is really fucking funny and like campy and goofy, but I feel like it's missing that what I need to like really be invested in the story, which is sad. So yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling just kind of mixed feelings about this one. I mean, obviously I'm planning to continue. I'm only on page 144 right now, so I'm only like a third of the way through, so maybe it'll pick up, maybe it'll get more romance, but I mean, that was my complaint in the first book of the series, was the romance was not good. It's hard when you're not in either of the characters' heads in a romance too, I think is also the problem, because there's this third party that's narrating the romance, and so I think that's why I'm not feeling it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little disappointing, you know, so I don't know. I'll finish it up though, and I will let you know my final thoughts. It's so funny to me that so many of these other vlogs have gone so well and this one just isn't. I did end up finishing Confounding Oaths by Alexis Hall. Anyone want to guess what I rated this book? It was another 2-star book. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why does the universe hate me? I don't understand. I really wanted to like this book. I read the first book, Mortal Follies. I thought it was funny and I enjoyed it, but I definitely didn't love it, and I actually actively disliked one of the characters in the like pairing. But I wanted to give the second one a shot because I thought maybe I would like this one better. Like I thought maybe, oh, if I like both of the main characters in the main pairing, maybe that will change my view. No. And did I really like these characters better? Not really. This book is so interesting because it's so like, I found this one to be even more impersonal than the first one. The narrator is just so omniscient, and she's a character, or they're a character in and of themselves, and they are really funny, and the narration is very humorous and did make me laugh out loud at times, but I just found it so difficult to actually care about what was happening in the story. Like, we're flitting around to so many different timelines, so many different characters, and since we're getting this like omniscient third person outsider point of view, like we're not feeling any of the emotions that the characters are feeling. We're not like in these important vital interactions. This is very far from a romance. I would not consider this a romance book at all. I would consider it a fantasy, kind of like a historical fantasy. I'm reading Alexis Hall for the romance. I'm not reading Alexis Hall for this weird, like, humorous historical fantasy. It just didn't hit like I wanted it to. Like, Alexis Hall is such a talented writer, and I just think this is not the story, not the series for me. I just really struggle a lot with the like omniscient, impersonal, third person narration. It's just really hard for me to get into. It's really hard for me to enjoy. I don't connect with the characters, and so thus I am not interested in continuing reading because I'm such a character reader. I'm not a plot reader. So I need those characters, I need to feel for them, I need to be invested in their story, and I just was not invested in this book at all. That's why it took me so long to finish. I literally think I've been reading this book for like 3 weeks, which is crazy for me. Like, it doesn't take me that long to read books. This, and like actively reading it too. Like, sure, I'll put a book down, but I'll only spend 2 days reading it, you know? This one I've been reading for a really long time. Anyway, yeah, not it. Another 2-star book, which is so sad. Like, what is happening? In this vlog, I've just gotten so unlucky. I guess it was time because I was having such a good time with the other ones, but you know, another 2-star book. Woo! Right. Final book. I started reading Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm halfway through, and this is really good. I'm glad that I chose to end with this one because I think this is the most likely to get the like highest rating in this vlog because this vlog is not going that well for me, unfortunately. I think I've had like all 2-star adjacent books. So Mr. Impossible, I'm putting my full hope in you. This is the second book in a series, the Dreamer trilogy, which is a spin-off of The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater, which is a young adult magical realism series. And in this book, we're following Ronan, who is one of the characters of like the core 4 in the first book. And Ronan has always been one of my favorite characters of all time, like period, point blank period, like favorite characters of all time. He's my baby. I love him to death. I just love him. I love him so much. And so this trilogy is about Ronan. Ronan has this power to dream things into being, basically. There are this gang of people that are out to kill all of the people that can dream things into being. There's a few of them throughout the world, and Ronan has teamed up with, her name's Hennessy, that's her last name, but she goes by Hennessy, who is also a dreamer, and they're trying to figure out like how to control their dreams, how to fight back against these people, and how to kind of like save the world. Both groups are kind of like fighting to save the world. They just have different ideas on how they're going to do it. So yeah, this book is very like fast-paced and exciting, but it also has Maggie Stiefvater's just beautiful, lyrical, incredible writing. Obviously, I've like tabbed some places where the writing has just really spoken to me. And obviously, I just love spending time with Ronan so much. He's just like my favorite character of all time. I love him. And I'm having even more fun with this book than I thought. I kind of like put off reading this series, obviously, because it's still on my bookshelf. And I wish that I hadn't because I'm just really enjoying it. I really am enjoying it. I flew through the first half, so I'm definitely planning to fly through the second half, and hopefully it lives up to my expectations, and I really enjoy it. So that's the plan. I will be back to you once I finish this book. Okay, thank God we can end this vlog on a high note with Mr. Impossible because I finished this one and I really enjoyed it. This is not a 5-star, it's just going to be a 4-star read, but with how this vlog went, I'm very happy to find this book that I actually enjoyed. I don't feel like I can talk about a lot of plot details because this is the second book in a series. I did really enjoy the first book. I would say that it's probably a 4-star book. I definitely prefer the original Raven Cycle series better than this spin-off, even though I really love following Ronan, and I do think that the plot line and the magic system and everything is interesting, and I love Maggie Stiefvater's writing. Like, I could read her writing forever and be happy, but this series almost feels like unnecessary. Like, I can't really tell if this is like a necessary story that like needed to be told. Like, sure, I enjoy spending time with these characters, sure, I like the writing, sure, like it's fun, but it doesn't feel like vital. Like, there's something like missing about it that it's like, doesn't feel like essential reading, you know? Which I would honestly argue that the Raven Cycle series is essential reading. I love that series. And this one is just kind of fan surfacey, I guess, maybe is the best word for it, which I'm a fan. I enjoy being serviced to. Like I said, it just is, you know, like it's just a fun thing. It's just a fun thing. It's not groundbreaking. It's not life-changing, but it was a fun time, and I am gonna give it 4 stars. And thank God that I enjoyed something in this vlog, because I was about to scrap this whole concept and this whole idea. So we liked this one. Thank God. All right. So that was all the books read. Let's do a little quick wrap up. So these are the 5 books we read. We read What Lies in the Woods, which I gave 2 stars. Everything We Didn't Say, which I gave 2 stars. Heart Still Beating, which I gave 2 stars. Confounding Oaths, which I gave 2 stars. And Mr. Impossible, which I did give 4 stars. Woo. So exciting. Well, I guess I'm glad that these are off my shelves at the very least. Very sad that I did not have a very successful overall reading week. If I had to rank these books, obviously Mr. Impossible would be my number 1. It's the best one that I read. Even though it does kind of pain me, I think Confounding Oaths would probably be my 2nd favorite, just because at least I like the writing and it made me laugh, even though it was also not good. Of the thrillers, I do think I liked What Lies in the Woods a little bit more. So I'd put that one 3rd maybe. Then maybe Heart Still Beating. And then Everything We Didn't Say. I feel like this is the one I actively disliked the most. Yeah. What a sad, depressing reading vlog. Like, why did I hate all these books? I don't know. But anyway, thank you for watching this next installment in my TBR Takedown series. I hope you're enjoying the series. I can't wait to do my next one. And I feel, even though I didn't love all these books, it feels so good that I'm making so much progress with this video series. It really has been a lot of fun. At least it pushed me to read Mr. Impossible sooner rather than later. So I am glad about that. But yeah, that is my video. I really appreciate you being here and watching this. If this is your first time here, I would love if you subscribe and stuck around. I do post bookish videos every single week, usually dealing with queer books, reading queer books. That is my thing, I guess you would say. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe. I would love to have you. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a like, and if you have anything to say, leave a comment down below. All of that fun stuff. You can also find all of my social media links in the description. I would love for you to follow me over there. And I think that's all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching this video and for being here. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.